So, hello everybody, my name is Eva and I'm super excited today because I've got the wonderful and beautiful Raye here with me. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hi, how are you today?
I am good. I'm good. I've had my coffee. I'm
Good.
alive, working from home, keeping active, super busy, which is great. Yeah.
That's amazing, yeah. So I'm really thankful that you found some time for us, and I'm just gonna, cut to the chase and ask you all of my questions. There's a lot of them.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
Let's go. Yeah. So I know that 2020 has been super successful for you. A lot of things happened, like, for example, Secrets with DJ Regards reached top 10 in the UK. And then Natalie Don't, which, by the way, is one of my favorite songs of yours. I love it. I just want to say, yeah.
Thank you.
Playlisted by Capital FM and BBC Radio 2. And in general, you've just done so much work. So which one of these accomplishments would you consider your biggest one for the year? Is there such a thing, actually?
Ooh. I would say, I would say just the amount of songs that I was able to put out in 2020 was an accomplishment in itself, I think.
For sure, yeah.
Now I've figured out a routine and a rhythm to just go, just put. And I'm working on more music and I love the rate. I love being able to just keep releasing. It's really great. Really.
Amazing. Do you ever sleep? Like, it feels like work.
No, I don't. I'm so bad at sleeping. It's my least talent or my least successful talent. I don't know how the right way to say it is.
Really happy about that, because that's why we have so much of your music, which is amazing.
But I don't sleep very much. Fine. I like working. I love it.
So tell me, in 2020, with the pandemic, with the lockdown, how did you manage to all of this work? Did you work from home? Did you use social media to record many of those songs? Because you've got a lot of collaborations as well.
Yeah. So, for the beginning of lockdown, everything was from home and from Zoom. We were all just at home. But luckily for musicians, music is deemed an essential work because music helps people be happy, Of
course.
So luckily we've been allowed to go to the studio and we've been allowed to go and work properly, lots of COVID tests, lots of, social distancing, but we're allowed to work, which is great. So it's been surprisingly a lot of traveling, video shoots as well. It's been quite busy, but it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Okay, so I also know that you've co-written many songs and written many songs for different artists, such as, I don't want to miss anyone, but I'm probably going to. So John Legend, Major Lazer, Jack Jones, Ellie Goulding, Khaled, so many people. Yeah. Tell me a bit more about that kind of work that you do with them.
So, it's really just I'm a songwriter as well, basically. So it just means that I divide my time. I kind of have two jobs, I would say, in being artist Raye and writer Raye.
Yeah.
But I equally love both. And I love being able to help or be part of a process of putting a story or a song together, and I think it's why my job is so interesting, because I get to, have different perspectives all the time. And now I have to run a TikTok career. So I feel like I have 3 jobs now because they're like TikTok and I'm like, okay. But yeah, it's a blessing, and it means that I've been able to open lots of doors for myself as a songwriter. It's kind of how I've got to where I've got to as an artist, is because I've been able to get into the rooms as a writer and then be like, oh, but hi, what about my project? And then, how it works, just climbing the ladder slowly, I guess.
You definitely are. I wouldn't say slowly, but okay, if you say so. So how do you find the balance between all of these things and TikTok now?
Well, this is exactly it. I don't really have very much time for, you know, my private life, so to speak. So, you know, I've tried to do the dating thing. I've tried to balance it all, but it just doesn't really work. Also, I love my job and I care about my job, and I want to take every opportunity that I believe in, and I'm not very good at sitting back. You know, I'm involved in every single aspect of my career to the detail, you know, visuals, it like the way you present yourself, your color palettes, we're creating a new project, everything has to be, you know, people don't realize how much goes in. And if you actually want things to be done how you see them, you have to get involved and do it yourself.
Yeah.
Be in it, which is why I'm busy so much, because I care. I really, really, really care. So I don't just let people just, you know, you go and sort out the visuals whilst I go and write songs with someone. No, like, it's like, right, schedule the creative meeting. Let's figure out the brief. Then I'll go to my session. Then I'll record vocals for my own single. Then I'll go to sleep. Then do you get me? I just care, yeah. It's a lot, but it's good.
It is a lot, but I believe that that's the reason why you're so successful and your music is so loved and popular, because you're just pouring your entire heart into it, like every aspect of it, which is amazing.
I'm glad you can hear that. That's really nice.
So I wanted to ask you, because you're co-writing, you're writing your own songs and then you're writing songs for other people. How are the two different? Like, do you feel more pressure when you're writing for somebody else or vice versa?
No, it's strangely, it is more pressure to write for myself, because I think I think this is the case for all writers and artists though, because you hold yourself to certain standards. But it's when you're working with other people, the pressure is making sure that we leave the room with something great. So my objective, as soon as I walk into a room, I enter like business mode, and I'm like, right. And I'm just flicking through in my head, like, I need to find the best melodies, the best lyrics. I want to cut, you know what I mean? If I'm here, I want this song to get pitched. So it just becomes, you know, I often, when writing for other people, want to do a few songs. I want to try different starting points and really get the best song. But for me, it's so much more personal. It's so much more, you know.
Yeah.
I think about it way more. I don't know. For other people, it's just fun and talking and writing and building stuff. And this is what I do naturally, because I've done it for so long. You know, if you was to see me in the studio, you'd be like, you know, I become like another, I'm like, right, this, now cut this up, move this here, right, let me hop in, right. And like, I have, do you get what I'm saying? But yeah.
Definitely. You seem to be very energetic and proactive, which is like...
Oh, I'm nuts. Yeah, I'm absolutely nuts.
What?
Yeah, I'm crazy. But you have to be able to just keep energy up and keep the momentum up when everything isn't. You know, that's how you keep it rolling.
Yeah, that is true. Even when it's hard, right? You still got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. Especially when it's hard.
Especially when it's hard. You've also co-written Beyonce's Bigger, which is amazing. It's the opening track for the new Lion King inspired album. Tell me more about that. Did you get to work with her personally, or how does this happen?
Yeah, so basically just absolutely insane. And yeah, we get to meet her, talk to her, work with her.
That's amazing.
She's just a breath of fresh air. She's incredible. And you know, there's nothing more validating than having worked, you know, your whole life to try and get somewhere, but then having your idol be like, I love your voice. I love this song. Like, I'm like, what?
Insane.
Crazy. Just nuts. So it just gives you like that pat on the back to be like, you got this, you know?
For sure.
I really needed that. It made me feel really like I was doing the right thing with my life, you know?
Definitely. Yeah. By Beyonce to co-write a song, not bad.
No, it's not. Could be worse.
Yeah, exactly. It could be worse. You've also been on tour with Khaled and with for a ride in Halsey. Tell me more about that. I'm sure you miss touring because, you know, pandemic.
I miss it. I miss shows. Yeah, I really do. You know, those tours, it's irreplaceable what you learn, I think, each night as you hit a stage. And, you know, I feel like I really come alive when I'm on the stage. I don't feel any barriers or boundaries. I don't choreograph anything I do. I just do it freely. And sometimes I'm rolling on the floor, just completely jumping around, like just crazy, you know? And this outlet, I think, you know, doing support tours when it's not your crowd, you have to learn how to win an audience, right? But imagine 10,000 people who don't know who you are. And you gotta be like, right, I'm gonna leave the stage and you're gonna be like, who was that? So you really work hard. You put everything in. Yeah, so it's quite, touring is quite mentally intense. You wake up, you have like butterflies all day, do the show, adrenaline rush, can't sleep, finally get to sleep, wake up, butterflies. So it's a whole thing. But the deeper you get into it, the better you get. And the longer the tour went on, the better the shows got, the better I got, the less scary it was. So yeah, I miss it and I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait.
I know, yeah. Hopefully by the end of this year, fingers crossed, I really, really, really hope so.
They're telling us in the UK that we're in June, we're going to be able to do live shows again. I don't know if this is true.
And I really hope this is going to happen. Fingers crossed. Yeah.
We need it, babe. I can't.
So you also surprised your fans last year with your mini album, Euphoric Sad Songs, which is also beautiful. Like, I'm such a fan of yours, honestly.
Thank you.
And you've explained that, like, these are your own words, I think, that the project is about the stages of grief that people go through. So can you tell me more about that? Like, what did you mean by that exactly?
So I basically, the whole concept around Euphoric Sad Songs was, we all in music across since the beginning of time talk about heartache, heartbreak, and how it feels to lose love. But I feel like when you're actually in it, it is the most isolating, saddest, most confusing emotion. Yeah. And I went through my first real painful heartbreak where I thought I was losing my husband. Like, I was like, this is the one. And I now have to go from sharing every day with this person to pretending like I don't even know who you are. And this is what's crazy to me, because it's a version, in a way, of a death. It's losing somebody you love, you know? And it was this, exploring this is losing someone when they're still alive, but they're just not yours anymore. It's grief in itself. And I wrote this project to help me through it because I was a mess. And I'm extremely dramatic. I'm a Scorpio. So when I feel something, I feel it everywhere. Like, I'm just overwhelmed by what I'm currently seeing. And yeah, so thank the Lord for this project, because it helped me be better again, you know? And that's what I love about music, is it empowers me, you know? I sent some of these songs to the very guy on the day I wrote them because it made me feel so good. And I was like, I feel better. By the time I was finished with the project, I was over my ex, and I'm feeling really good again. I'm really blessed that I was able to use this music to help me, and now it's helping others, and that's just so amazing. This is our purpose as an artist, right?
Definitely. Definitely. It's really brave of you to speak about it as well, to just go on and say, you know what, I was getting over somebody and I needed this to, you know, make it happen. So congrats on that.
I'm an open book. I really am. It does help when you're writing really personal music. Yeah.
It does, for sure. So are you planning maybe something like a tour for the album or something like that once, you know, COVID is over and we forget about it once and for all?
Yes. Well, I'm actually working on a new project now. I am hoping to turn it around pretty swiftly because I really believe I've got some more stories, and I would absolutely love to do a European tour on the back of that when the world is open. I think it would be my first European tour. Like, that would be so crazy. To leave the UK, to leave my home and play shows and people know the words. Are you crazy? That's the lifelong dream. So I would love to. That's the plan. Yes.
It's so happening, I'm sure. People everywhere love you. Like, you're so amazing. Your music is amazing. No, seriously, I'm not just saying that. So I'm absolutely sure it's going to happen for you. And I really have my fingers crossed for you that it's going to be this year. Because I want to come to that tour. I want to see you live.
I want to see you. Han, we need to just chop it up. We need to just be like arms in the air.
We're doing it. It's happening. 4th June, you said, right?
Well, yeah, that's when, in the UK, apparently that's when they're lifting it. So if the rest of Europe does this too, book the venues. Let me know a good venue wherever, you know, where you're based, and I'll be.
We'll do
cinema.
I'll send you the location after, you know.
Perfect, amazing, great. In the
It's
side
a date.
chat.
We're doing.
Done.
I wanted to talk to you about Regardless, which currently here in Bulgaria, oh my God, like wherever you go, you hear the song. People love it. It's amazing. We play it all the time on radio, TV. Yeah. And I love it as well. So I wanted you to tell me a bit more about the inspiration behind it, you know, how it's a sample of Rapture and everything that happened so that Regardless, you know, came around.
Amazing. Okay, so this song was written, I wrote this in my living room on my own.
Oh my God.
One sad night. I was just really sad. And I played it on my little MIDI keyboard thing here. And then I remember listening back and being like, this is really special, but I need something extra. So I took it to the studio with my engineer, and the first thing that I sang out when I was looking for a post-chorus was the Rapture sample. It just came out. I didn't even think about it. And I was like, ooh. And I was like, would we get this kid if we sampled it? Like, yeah, I think so. And I was like, ooh. And it sounded great. And I love Nadia Ali. Like, I love the original song. And I love the way that she sang. Oh, my God, she just like low and flipped into a high voice. It's like, almost like yodeling a little bit. So cool.
It
so
is.
I emulated her voice when we were singing that. And I was like, oh, this is great. Called Rudimental. Said, hi guys, need some help with the production. They smashed it out the park, sent it back, and then we put it out. And it was the perfect stage 3 in Euphoric Sad Song. Yeah. Just at that point where you're like, oh gosh, I'm never going to get over you, am I? That's just kind of the feeling, innit? It's just like, oh no, I'm really going to be stuck in this for a while. That's kind of the emotion.
That's emotion, but thankfully it's not true. You know what?
Thankfully, yes. Yeah. We know.
We know now. Yeah, it's true. So talk more about the video as well. You look so gorgeous in it. Beautiful.
Thank you. Do you know what? The video is funny actually because I was in Madeira, which is an island in Portugal, and I was writing a soundtrack for a movie. And basically, I couldn't leave to go and shoot the video in London. So we had to come up with like a day or 2 days before the video. We had to come up with a whole concept. So I literally was like, right, let's find a hotel. Let's get a swimming pool. We need a little boat. I need my 2 dancers. We need to fly them out. We need hair and makeup. I need my choreographer, Paletta. We need to get her out. You know, so it was just really funny putting it together very last minute. And I remember being on the boat at like 5 in the morning,
Oh wow.
And I'm like standing on it, like trying to balance. I've got like salt water, like in my mouth, like in my eyeballs, stinging.
Oh my God.
And we can't have hair and makeup on the boat because it's COVID. So I'm just there like, oh my gosh, like my hair's just a mess. But it's fine. And we made it good. And I sat through the edit with the girls, like, right, time to go. We were just editing over Zoom. But yeah, a lot of work went into a lot of last minute prep.
But you've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun for sure. Yeah,
you'll make work on the boat, like soaking wet makeup all over the place.
Babe. No, like literally, like people really didn't see the ugly side of this video because I came off that boat like shivering.
You should like a behind the scenes video.
I know, I should, shouldn't I? I really should. I really should.
You really, really should.
Life.
Life, yeah. But oh my God, the song is absolutely perfect. The video is as well. I'm really glad that I'm so glad we're having this conversation. You've made my
I know. No, I've had a lot of fun. This has been a really fun interview.
So much fun, yeah. So okay, I don't want to talk about the pandemic, but I do want to ask you how have you been feeling? How have you been coping with all of this? And also, how have you been staying in touch with your fans during this time? And not just your fans, your family, your friends, people that you love, you know?
It has been, I think it's been horrible for everyone. But I think the good thing, not the good thing about it, but the one thing about it is that for once, we're all in the same boat. I feel like this is like World War III, but instead of against humans, it's against particles of germs, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a real reality shock. I think in a way for us Westerners, you know, we can just have everything we want at the touch of a button, fly anywhere we want at the touch of a button, have all the knowledge we need instantly, be able to do whatever we like. So as dark as it is, you know, we have really been put in our place, and I think reminded of the fragility of humankind, you know? Right? And also I think as musicians at the beginning of lockdown, we were all there like, wow, like our job is really a luxury, you know, live music is a luxury, not a necessity. Yeah. So I think it kind of put us all in our place a bit, you know? But it's been a lot of self-reflecting. Everybody has had to look in the mirror, you know, internally and do some serious, you know, mental work. You know, I've also been processing some pretty intense scenarios that I've been through in the last, you know, year and putting that into music. But, you know, sometimes having to stare your demons in the face a little close on can be quite intimidating. But yeah, I think that's just... We've really done well. I'm really proud of humans for being inside this long and adjusting to what we've adjusted to. And just I think we really deserve now to go and enjoy ourselves when the summer comes around, I think.
I agree. I agree with that.
I think babe, like, I think, you know, we've really had enough time and time out. Like, I want to come out of my room now.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Like, okay, we got it. Can we just be over with this?
Sorry, God, we get it. Please reverse this now, you know.
Better next time. Exactly.
Literally.
So, okay. Brilliant. Oh my God. Thank you so much for this conversation. You've made my day, week, and life. I love you. You're amazing.
Oh, stop. You're going to make me cry. Everyone in Bulgaria has just been so lovely. Sending virtual hug.
Virtual hug for you and love. And I hope to see you live so much. In the UK, Europe, Bulgaria, the States, I don't care, somewhere. Just live and out on the stage.
Yes, soon come. Thank you so much.